Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Bachan.
I'm Nimicum.
I'm Van Chan.
In this class, I'll read all of you a part of Moby-dick wa the whale.
S.
L.
Moby-dick or the whale. Herman Melville. 17 the Ramadan sec 2. Kwikub, said I, going up to him. Kwikub, what's the matter with you? He ain't been a-sitting so all day. Has he? Said the landlady. But all we said. Not a word could we drag out of him. I almost felt like pushing him over, so as to change his position, for it was almost intolerable. It seemed so painfully and unnaturally constrained, especially as in all probability he had been sitting so for upwards of 8 or 10 hours, going to without his regular meals. Twice. I see, said I. He's alive at all events. So leave us, if you please, and I will see to this strange affair myself. Closing the door upon the landlady, I endeavoured to prevail upon Kwikub to take a chair, but in vain. There he sat, and all he could do for all my polite arts and blandishment would not move her, nor say a single word, nor even look at me, nor notice my presence in the slightest way. I wonder, thought I, if this can possibly be a part of his Ramadan. Do they fast on their hams that way in his native island? It must be so. Yes. It's part of his creed, I suppose. Well, then, let him rest. He'll get up sooner or later, no doubt. It can't last forever, thank God. And his Ramadan only comes once a year. And I don't believe it's very punctual then. I went down to supper. After sitting a long time listening to the long stories of some sailors who had just come from a plum pudding voyage, as they called it, that is, a short whaling voyage in a schooner or brig, confined to the north of the line, in the Atlantic Ocean only. After listening to these plum puddingers till nearly 11 o'clock, I went upstairs to go to bed, feeling quite sure by this time Kwik must certainly have brought his Ramadan to a termination. But no. There he was, just where I had left him. He had not stirred an inch. I began to grow vexed with him. It seemed so downright senseless and insane to be sitting there all day and half the night on his hands in a cold room, holding a piece of wood on his head. For heaven's sake, Kwik, get up and shake yourself. Get up and have some supper. You starve. You kill yourself. Quick, but not a word did he reply. Despairing of him, therefore, I determined to go to bed and to sleep. And no doubt, before a great while, he would follow me. But previous to turning in, I took my heavy bearskin jacket and threw it over him, as it promised to be a very cold night. And he had nothing but his ordinary round jacket on. For some time, do all I would, I could not get into the faintest doze. I had blown out the candle, and the mere thought of Quiquidgeon at 4 feet off sitting there in that uneasy position, stark alone in the cold and dark, this made me really wretched. Think of it. Sleeping all night in the same room with a wide-awake pagan on his arms. In this dreary, unaccountable Ramadan. But somehow I dropped off at last. I knew nothing more till break of day. When, looking over the bedside, there squashed Quick, as if he had been screwed down to the floor. But as soon as the first glimpse of sun entered the window, up he got, with stiff and grating joints, but with a cheerful look, limped towards me where I lay, pressed his forehead again against mine, and said his Ramadan was over. And, as I before hinted, I have no objection to any person's religion, be it what it may, so long as that person does not kill or insult any other person, because that other person don't believe it also. But when a man's religion becomes really frantic, when it is a positive torment to him, and, in fine, makes this earth of ours an uncomfortable inn to lodge in, then I think it high time to take that individual aside and argue the point with him. And just so I now did with Quiquidgeon. Quiquidgeon, said I, get into bed now, and lie and listen to me. I then went on, beginning with the rise and progress of the primitive religions, and coming down to the various religions of the present time, during which time I laboured to show Quiquidgeon that all these lengths, Ramadans, and prone time squattings in cold, cheerless rooms were stark nonsense, bad for the health, useless for the soul, opposed, in short, to the obvious laws of hygiene and common sense. I told him, too, that he being in other things such an extremely sensible and sagacious savage, it pained me, very badly pained me, to see him now so deplorably foolish about this ridiculous Ramadan of his. Besides, argued I, fasting makes the body cave in. Hence the spirit caves in. and all thoughts born of a fast must necessarily be have starved. This is the reason why most dyspeptic religionists cherish such melancholy notions about their hereafters. In one word, Kwikwi, said I, rather digressively. Hell is an idea first born on an undigestible dumpling, and since then perpetuated through the hereditary dyspepsias nurtured by Ramadans. I then asked Kwik whether he himself was ever troubled with dyspepsia, expressing the idea very plainly, so that he could take it in. He said no. Only upon one memorable occasion. It was after a great feast given by his father the king, on the gaining of a great battle wherein 50 of the enemy had been killed, by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and all cooked and eaten that very evening. No moral. Kwikwi, said I, shuddering. That will do, for I knew the inferences without his further hinting them. I had seen a sailor who had visited that very island, and he told me that it was the custom, when a great battle had been gained there, to barbecue all the slain in the yard or garden of the victor. And then, one by one, they were placed in great wooden trenchers, and garnished round like a pillar, with breadfruit and coconuts, and with some parsley in their mouths, were sent round with the victor's compliments to all his friends, just as though these presents were so many Christmas turkeys. After all, I do not think that my remarks about religion made much impression upon Kwik, because, in the first place, he somehow seemed to live veering on that important subject, unless considered from his own point of view. And, in the second place, he did not more than 1/3 understand me, couch my ideas simply as I would. And, finally, he no doubt thought he knew a good deal more about the true religion than I did. He looked at me with a sort of condescending concern and compassion, as though he thought it a great pity that such a sensible young man should be so hopelessly lost to evangelical pagan piety. At last we were undressed, and Kwik, taking a prodigiously hearty breakfast of chuders of all sorts, so that the landlady should not make much profit by reason of his Ramadan, we sallied out to board the Pequod, sauntering along, and picking our teeth with halibut bones. To be continued.